What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with K-City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. All right, guys, so first off, welcome to March 1st, guys. So let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about contracts. Today's topic, I'm going to break down Brandon Graham's contract, and we're really focused on this cap situation, guys. The reason I'm bringing up that it's March 1st is we now know we've got about 2 weeks to get things in tip-top shape here, right? We're going to have to do the heavy lifting, the hard work. It's going to happen in the next 2 weeks, guys. I really suspect that we're going to see a lot of movement happening by the time this video posts. So here's the deal. You got to go way back to the beginning of Brandon Graham here, right? Because back in 2019, Brandon Graham signs an extension with the Eagles. Keep up with me, guys. There's a lot of contract talk when it comes to Brandon Graham. It's going to be pretty heavy, guys. 2019, he signs a 3-year, $40 million extension. It came with a $12.5 million signing bonus, $27 million in guarantees. The way those guarantees broke down was his signing bonus was guaranteed, his 2019 salary was guaranteed, and his 2020 salary was guaranteed. That's what made up the $27 million in guarantees. But before the end of the 2019 season, he would then turn around from his essentially extension and renegotiate the contract. So with the end of 2019, we get a restructuring of Brandon Graham's contract. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is moving fast, but it's a lot to cover. This is what he did. Anytime you see this, guys, I always tell you, you see a restructure, you're basically going to go after base salary, and you're going to try to roll it into some kind of bonus money. So what Brandon Graham did is number one, he waived what would have counted like another $3 million. There was an option bonus of like $3 million that would have hit in 2021. He waived that as part of this restructuring, if you will. And then to restructure, he took $7.1 million in base salary, and then basically what he did is he turned it into an option. So he optioned that, and then he added another dummy year, a void year, onto his contract. So going all the way back to the spring or summer of 2019, Brandon Graham is excited to be with the Eagles again, signs that extension. It's really just through the 2021 season, but he adds a couple of years. He adds a year or two of what's void years, right? Just to kind of divide up the signing bonus, guys, right? To prorate that signing bonus, knowing he's never going to get those last couple of years. And then when he restructured it at the end of the 2019 season, he then kind of goes into adding another dummy year to get more money on there. That's where we currently stand. So looking at his 21 contract, what does it look like? $13 million, guys, in base money. $2.5 million in a signing bonus, and $2.428 million in that restructure. Okay, all that money, unfortunately, guys, I'd say 90% of it is dead money. So the way this works out is if you look at your cap figure, his cap figure is $17,928,000. We all know that Brandon Graham is not going to get paid that. Brandon Graham even knows he's not going to get paid that. And he's already stated he would work with the Eagles to work out some of this money. The dead money on this, though, is still $17.212 million. So $17,212,000, meaning if I were to take a wild guess, the majority of that base and all the signing bonus is clearly guaranteed because we already went over that. But I would guess that either $716,000 of the base, which doesn't sound right to me, or $716,000 of the restructure. I'm going to guess the restructure is not guaranteed. You could technically cut Brandon Graham for a $716,000 savings, but you would certainly save far more money by restructuring the contract once again. But before we get into this, guys, understand, he's got 3 years on this contract past 2021. They're all dummy years. They're dead years. These are void years. They're just spreading out money. You're kicking the can down the road. But normally when you kick the can down the road, you're trying to create some available cap space for a Super Bowl run. This particular kicking the can down the road game would not involve a Super Bowl window. It would involve a COVID window. Let's be honest to what's happening here, guys. This is because of the reductions in the salary cap due to a lack of, sales because of what happened this past year. Basically, we're deferring a hit that's going to happen eventually from this year to next year. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that we will definitely restructure this deal. I'm going to get into some of that in a second. But just know that dead money is going to get you eventually. It may not get us this year. Certainly probably going to get us next year or the following year. So, looking into it, what would the Eagles do? what kind of boundary can we use to see this? Well, I can tell you, if you go back to the restructure, I told you, $7.1 million from his base he rolled over into basically some option bonus stuff. Now, he can do per game option bonuses. He can do another, there's all kinds of ways of spreading this money out that they could do. Any kind of bonus money you can pretty much do this with. So basically what he would do, my opinion is you're looking at that $13 million. I would guess that they're going to probably do something like they did last season, which they had him playing on about a $6.28 million contract. So $6,280,000 against the cap. I would guess you're going to take that $17.9 million and make it into about $7 million, $8 million, somewhere in that range. So my opinion, you're going to take anywhere between, I would say, $7 to $9 million off of that base is probably going to be converted, okay? They're probably going to take a big chunk of that base and convert it into some kind of option bonus, per game, roster bonus, whatever they have to do to make it work. Significant savings, guys. That's what I'm saying. I would much rather save, even if they go under that, say they only do $6 million. I'd rather save $6 million than $716,000. But, as I stated, and I want to make you guys aware of this, we are indeed kicking the can down the road because there's a lot of dead money still guaranteed in this contract, and there's not a lot of wiggle room to get out of the dead money, unfortunately. So, Brandon Graham. I'm expecting, guys, that within the next 2 weeks, and I wouldn't be shocked if it's not within the next 72 hours, to be honest with you, but certainly within the next 2 weeks, this is going to be one of the biggest players I'm going to tell you that my eyes are towards, and I am suspecting that there will be some kind of restructure here, okay? Could they renegotiate the contract? I mean, I guess you could technically renegotiate the contract, but I just don't know how renegotiation is going to help for this current year. That would be more like working on those void years. I don't know. I don't know the particulars of that, guys. That one seems a little less likely to me. It seems more like a restructure thing more than anything. I can't see an extension on this one unless they could take the extension and work with some of his salary this year. If they can give him an extension and then work on his salary, this year to bring that number down and then roll it into, maybe they give him another year next year and then they kind of part ways that final, 2023 season, potentially you could see that. Okay, I'm not going to rule anything out because you never really know until these things kind of settle themselves. But I think, in my opinion, it's far more likely to see a restructure over an extension, but you can't rule it out. This is going to be one of the ways the Eagles save a lot of money, guys. I'm going to tell you straightforward, this will be one of the larger cap savings you will see from the year. This is one of the larger contracts the Eagles can clearly get value and money back on. And it's unfortunate that we're at this point, we're at this situation. I love Brandon Graham. I want to make sure this guy is treated, fairly, because this guy came back on that, on that deal from 2019, that extension, and then turned around and restructured it by the end of that season for the, the guy's done everything you can ask from an Eagles perspective here. So I want to make sure this guy is taken care of. I want to make sure that, he is treated fairly because Brandon Graham, in my opinion, is an all-time Eagle. The guy deserves something here, but let's be honest. You and I both know he's not playing on $17.9 million. The Eagles are not going to do that. Brandon Graham saw the writing on the wall with that one too, and he immediately said, hey, look, guys, I'll work this money out with you. So, tip number one, move number one, if you will, restructuring Brandon Graham's contract. Guys, I'm going to keep trying to do this all week. I'll try to get it before they start making the moves if I can. If not, then you guys will be able to laugh because you'll see where I anticipated and what the facts were to certain things. It's hard to work some of this stuff out, guys. But that's what I'm going to say, guys, is this one right here. This will probably be one of the fastest done deals that we will see, and this is going to be one of the more significant money-saving deals that we will see from this one. Like I said, guys, each night I'm going to bring you another contract. I'm going to bring you another player. I'm going to put it under the microscope, and I'm going to talk about it. So, yeah, Brandon Graham. All right, guys, don't forget, if you want to support the channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link is down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment. If you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscription button, guys. It does a lot to help the channel out. We're in draft profile days, guys, and I got the contract stuff coming out, talking about free agency. That's what we're going to be doing over these next 30 days, guys. Like, get ready for it. I got a lot of stuff lined up for you guys. I'm going to keep trying to give you 2 videos a day for as long as I can do it until I finally just give up and I can't do it any longer. All right, guys. We'll keep working them out. Profiles in the morning, talking about the Eagles and news and contracts and stuff in the evening, guys, all right? So without further ado or anything else to bring to you guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. And you know how it goes, guys. I will see you on the next video, guys. All right, y'all. Peace. See y'all tomorrow.